Short, fast, to the point, and full of amazing content. Tay, go ahead and start us off with talking about the time is now and how to separate yourself.
And I feel like I just want to sit on and listen to you guys talk talk about it because you've done it for so long, and I think that's what I love about you guys. It's not just showing up with the title. You show up with the work. You show up with the action, and that's what it boils down to. That's how you separate yourself by the actions that you put in. I just love that he talked about separating yourself, and I love that for us, especially with the business that we're in. Now is the time to separate yourself. I've said the last couple of weeks is the company isn't waiting until conference to start running. December the 29th, feet are on the ground. They have set off the alarms. It's time to go. They've thrown gasoline on the fire. So you have to separate yourself in this season right now. You have to already, I said it before, like you have to go ahead and start putting your seeds in the ground right now and determine how big of land, how many seeds do I want to plant? Like, how much harvest do I want to reap? And now is the time to do that. So for me, I love when he says separate yourself. He says separate from where you currently are. Also separate from your expectations and your standards for yourself. You have to take inventory of your past year and the year before that and look where you were. If you don't like that, self-reflect. What do I need to change? What standards do I need to set? Do I need to raise my standards and expectations? Do I need to leave some people behind? Like, what do I need to do and make the necessary action off of that? And when I love about this, because I love quotes, I love to read, I like to learn, because I understand, I've heard it so many times within this business, success leaves clues. And I understand in order to get those clues, you have to put in the work to get those clues. You have to mine it out. And one of the things I wrote down was I learned that you don't separate yourself by doing what's expected. You have to go beyond what's expected. You have to find a way to add value beyond what you're doing. Joe talked about it on our last Zoom. He said, and he gave the scripture, which I love. He said, if something like, back in the old days, if somebody asked you to do something, a soldier, then we was taught to go the extra mile for that person. Same thing with your business. If you want to go ruby, don't just think ruby, think emerald, think diamond, think going the extra mile, because you have to understand Ruby is a checkpoint. You're going to hit Ruby, just a matter of time. But the action that you're going to put in, understand, it's going to compound. You're going to create momentum by going Ruby because you're going to be on fire, not because you're just seeing this massive change, because you're using our products. You're sharing it with people and they're seeing results. And what you have to understand, results sell. People see results, they get excited, and they tell people about what changed their life. So just understanding that compound effect is super important, and just seeing beyond now. And so I love that. And then I love when he said this. He said, convince yourself that you're doing something different. I literally had to have a talk with my wife. She's pregnant. Women, you understand it. She's pregnant. Her hormones are crazy. Her cravings are crazy. I had to tell my wife, hey, look, I love you. Don't take offense to this. I don't want to eat out every time you want to eat out. I just have to make it plain and clear. I say, I understand that you're pregnant. I understand that. But me personally, I can't afford to eat out every time. I can't afford to have your cravings. If I do, we're both going to be in trouble. I can't help you at all. And I said, I got some weight, I got some fitness goals that I'm trying to reach, and that's not going to help. So for me, I had to understand that, and I had to see that, and I had to discipline myself. And I also not had to try to fight that battle by myself. My wife had no idea about this. I communicated with my wife. I let her know the expectations that I have for myself. So moving forward, I'm willing to get her whatever she wants, but at the same time, I have to stick to whatever I want. I can't get in the trap of every time she eat out, and then I start to, take one bite, then it's going to be on and on. I don't want to compound that. So just communicating your expectations and standards with other people so they understand. And I think that's super important, that communication piece. And then the last thing that I'll leave you guys with, and this is just something that I added in because I've come to understand, like, this is probably the most important part for me. And I put separation requires discipline. And I just talked about the story with my wife. Like, if I wasn't disciplined to actually stick by my fitness goals and the things that I wanted in this season, then there's no way it would have came to pass. So you have to understand, same thing with your business. If you want discipline in your business, you're going to be happy one day, sad the next day, because you have to understand, like, you can reach out to 100 people. You're not going to get 100 people to reach out to you. You're probably not going to get 10 people to reach out to you. So you have to be willing to reach out to 100 people today. You may get 10 to answer you, 1 to say maybe. You have to do the same thing tomorrow. You have to do the same thing the next day. Understand, you don't work your business based on how you feel. You work your business based on your dream goal, your dream board. You base your business based on what rank am I shooting for. You work your business based on the goals and the expectations that you set yourself up for, and you work your business based on habits and discipline. And if you do that, the compound effect is tremendous. Look at Joe and Stephanie. I think if you get on the family call, anytime they do a talk, anything, they are on the list. Not because the company just love them so much, even though they do. They are on the list because every single week, every single month, they are steps to success. Whatever goals they have for themselves, they are taking action. They are putting in the work. They are putting people in the system. I tell people all the time, the E-suite doesn't lie. If you aren't happy with the results that you're seeing, check your E-suite. How many people are you putting in the system? If there's 0, understand it's not the company, it's not the business, it's not the people, it's you. Take inventory, self-reflect. What small change can I make? What small pivot can I make? Take the necessary action, fix that, stay the course, and just continue to show up. Understand that it's gonna be hard, but in the end, it's gonna be worth it. So just so much good here, and I'm excited to hear from you guys, especially Miss Stephanie.
Tay's on fire, and here's the thing, guys. I knew that it was going to be really hard to follow up with Tay today, so I brought my secret weapon. So today, you guys are lucky because my amazing wife is here to pour some fire out on you. And I know that this is her favorite time of year. So that's why I wanted to bring her on, because I feel like for 11 years, you've used this as the separation season. So I guess share with them about the separation season and why you love this time of year so much.
I think discipline was a good word, Tay. I was like, oh, I have to bring this up. So that's a clue too, guys, is what do you have surrounding you? Are there words that inspire you to move forward? And those are some words that inspire me. I mean, Joel's got winning on his hat. I have discipline. I'm putting in into my mind everything that I want to do too. So that's a key word. I loved this video, and here's why. With separation season, I think my husband brought me on honestly because I'm a doer. I don't mess around. I will figure it out. And that's something I want you guys to know is I don't have a network marketing degree, right? I didn't go to college for this, but I put in the work. And I know that if I were to go to a job, I have to show up. But I'm going to go above and beyond anything that I do because I want to stand out. So what he had said about being the first one there, being the last one out, I'm going to do that in all areas of my life. And sometimes it's tiring. Like, a lot of you want to spend some time with me and I'm like, dang it, I'm not going to miss a thing because I'll be that last one out the door because I want to not only add value to you, but I want to learn from you as well. We all have something so powerful in us to be able to share that. Right now, you guys should be doing the work. And what I love about this is you can make the change today. If you're not happy with yourself, don't beat yourself up. Look back and go, God, there's some great things that I can really work on personally. And that's okay. We're all going to have life. I constantly think, God, what more can you put into my plate that's just going to add to it? And I feel like sometimes I'm like, there's just too much. But he does it for a reason because he knows I'm going to figure it out and we're going to move forward. So by listening to this, guys, you're separating yourself, but don't just sit there with it. I love that he said, you can listen and take it all in, but you've got to put in the work. There's nobody else going to do it except for you. Don't think I have to be perfect to move forward because that is a lie in your head. You're just feeding yourself lies of, I'm going to do this 1 inch. And thankfully he said that because yes, you want a big long-term vision, but to get there, you have to take those step by step. I've heard this multiple times too, is how do you eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time. And I was like, man, I don't know why that stuck with me, but how do you go Ruby? One step at a time. But here's the difference. You can go as fast or as slow as you want. And I love that. So I'm going to eat really fast because I want to get through it. I want to hit that goal, but you're not going to keep stopping with that. I know we hit goals. I'm very goal driven. I'm like, I must get a customer today. And I heard you, Tay, say you may have to talk to 100 people. I don't care if I say I must get a customer. I'm going to do that. Now, it might be 100 people. It might be 10 people. I don't know what that number is, but I'm going to do it. So having that attitude of I must do this. If you're not happy and you're looking at your team like they're, I'm just not where I'm at, don't worry about where they're at. Know where you're going. I know where I'm going with or without you. And sometimes people are like, geez, that's kind of hard. No, that's truth. I'm going to go with or without you. It's way more fun with you, but it's up to if it's up to you. You get to make that choice if you want to go with me. I'm going to keep going. I think I've proven that now. We both have over almost 12 years we're coming into this. I'm kind of excited about the 12 because the 12 disciples, I just feel like for us, this is going to be a huge separation year for us. I really feel like we have changed a lot. It's been hard sometimes, guys. It's not easy. I think we probably have more hard than most of you because we are such a large organization. So we're gonna get thrown and attacked, and that doesn't make me like, oh gosh, poor me. That makes me go, man, I can't wait to show them. Like I'm gonna show them like anything is possible. And so having that right mindset. Is there that season in your life right now where you just know there's people that maybe helped you and it was part of your diamond run, but they're not there anymore. They're not in it. It's okay to separate yourself. Even Ed Mylett said that, to go to that next level. I'm going to be really honest here with you guys, if this is okay, and say, I looked back at our very first leadership retreat. There is not one person that is left in that group. And I'm still where I am because I made that decision a long time ago. I'm going with or without you. And I bet you they're like, I wish I would have stayed. During those hard times, I wish I would have just put in that little extra work that Steph was talking about because she's showing us it's possible. So that's what I want you guys to know is this business is like a roller coaster. And when you're down or when you feel like, oh, December, I could take a break, it's family time, enjoy your family, but also know you can be doing those extra little inches even during those holidays. And that's what I do. I love December. I'm setting myself up. I'm looking back and going, I want to set my standards a little bit different. We talked about that last night, and knowing, okay, things are changing and shifting, and I either have to make a decision to move with it or stay where I'm at. And I'm not okay where I'm at. I want to move with that. So looking back through the year and going, okay, I'm going to add a couple more Zooms on leadership, on giving it the real raw truth of, I'm going to talk to you like I would want a multimillionaire talk to me. And so those are kind of the talks that I'm having to me is setting my value up a little bit higher, my standards up higher of, no, I am a multimillionaire, guys. And what is it going to take? What would you ask that person, that mentor? And sometimes I don't look at myself like that because we've been around, we're normal people. We're very humble, but this year is going to be different. Like I'm setting myself up to be like, no, this is how I want to be talked to. And so I'm going to do that to you guys as well. What do you want me to say about, did you have something else in your head? So going through, making sure you guys are setting yourself up. Do you have a planner? Do you know what you're going to be doing? That's really important on setting up your priorities and then following through with action, action, action. I love that Tay said the E-Suite doesn't lie. It sure doesn't. I could say, oh yeah, I signed up this many people, but you can't lie to us. We're going to look back at it and be like, no, we know that you're putting in the work, but the results don't lie. So if you want your check up higher, don't rely on that team. You go make that happen. What is that? If it's to be, it's up to me. I love that. You guys all have that in you. We all have 24 hours a day. It's your decision of what you want to do with that. And we just managed to be able to do this business from anywhere. So there should be no excuses, absolutely no excuses, because you could be listening to this podcast in your car, you know, utilizing your time smartly. I love that because I can multitask. We can both multitask, get even more information into our brain and expand that. So what am I doing right now? I'm doing more Zooms than I normally do. I'm doing more one-on-ones. I'm doing, you know, planning out, what do I want? What do I expect of myself? I didn't want to do a Zoom yesterday. I had a sore throat and I was tired, but I showed up anyway. I don't care what I'm going to look like, but I'm going to show up. So there's going to be times that you're tired and you don't want to show up. But though, when you look at someone and you go, they're so lucky, it's because they're showing up and they're putting in that extra work. So when you think, oh, they just look like they have the perfect life, I've made that decision of, no, I'm just going to show up and I'm going to get it done. And don't say I'll get it done tomorrow. You're never going to catch up. It's never going to happen. You need to get it done today and go one step farther than where you're at. I loved Ed talking about that. Put in the extra work because it's you. And you don't need to necessarily like put it out there. A lot of people don't see the behind the scenes of Joel and Stefani. I just got told last night, they're like, you should do a day in the life because you really do. Like, it's crazy what you're doing. And I'm like, it's really, I don't think so. I feel like I could add to my plate a whole lot more. But knowing that sometimes you need to see all of that hard work. Are you willing to go do something right now that somebody else would? And you're going to set yourself up for massive success. Do not wait. Do not wait. Do not wait. I want you all to be so fired up that you don't know what's coming, but you need to call that person right now and be like, I don't know. They keep talking about, you need to get in right now and be in and be ready for what's coming. And we see this year after year. And it's the ones that trust me that go, okay, I don't know really what I'm doing, but you got to have that trust. I'm going to talk about your wife here for a second, Tay, because she's amazing. I love her. She's always smiling, always positive, always just looking forward to that future. And it's always so bright for her. And she had said to me it was like a top 50 mingle. And she was watching and she said, I want to be like you. You went around this whole room and introduced yourself. And that reminded me of what Ed Mylett said is, I want to go up to you. I want to get to know you. I want to make you feel warm and welcome, because that's what I would want somebody to do to me. And so during this season right now, what are those things that you would want done to you and you go do to you? Don't expect it always in return, but go above and beyond and make sure that that people know that they're appreciated, they're loved, that you see something so magical in them that something huge is going to happen. So Carrie had said that. She's like, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go around the room and I'm going to introduce myself and I'm going to make sure people know who I am. And it's not always, you know, for the money or for something like that. I just want to have people know that there's really good people out there, especially in our company too, that we're no better other than we've just put in the work. And that's what we're going to keep doing. So you can catch up with me, maybe, but I know that I'm going to still continue to put in this work because that is what God laid in my heart. I'm a servant. I love people. I want to see them win. I want to see them succeed. Just be disciplined, guys. Get off this call, go do some work today and make your goals start to happen now instead of waiting. But I love you guys. I don't know really why my husband's like, you got to come on, but because I've like take it all in, but I'm like, I got to get to work. What are you talking about? So he knows I'm just like, I'm ready to go. Like, let's go, guys. Is that what you wanted?
That's why. Okay. So I may have made a mistake by letting Tay go first. Tay, you should have followed that instead of me. So now I got to try and like up it. So, okay, here we go. It's a holiday, not a holla month. Mm-hmm. Guys, this is huge. You know, most people around this time start slowing down. And that's what Ed said. He goes, this is the way that you separate yourself is during this time of year, you put the pedal to the metal. You put it to the floor. You put more gas in and go because others aren't. This is how you separate yourself. How do you become the next leader in the top 150, the top 100? You're doing things now that people in the top 100, top 150 may have gotten complacent because they're there. You never know, because guess what? You don't know or can control what other people are doing. You can only control if you're putting the pedal down for you. Stack your separation seasons. Don't just do one, do multiple. Going back to what I was saying about Steph, every single year around this year, this is the time that we press harder and encourage our team to press harder than any time during the year. Should you be running like this all year long? Yes. But this is the time of year where you can definitely put more work in and separate yourself and set yourself up for an even bigger year. You know, because right now people are in planning mode. You should be in execution mode right now. He said, basically planning doesn't take that long. It takes maybe a day. It doesn't take a week or a month. So get out and do. There's a difference between leaders and belongers. And you need to find out if subconsciously you've thrown yourself into the belonger category. Are you sitting there around the people that you're with going, I like my people. I like hanging out with them. I like where they are. And if I do these separating things, I won't be around them anymore. Mm-hmm. Guys, trust me, when you separate yourself, that group that you get into of separators becomes undeniably better. All of a sudden, you get to a level and you get a circle of people around you that you all of a sudden wake up one morning and go, how am I here and how am I hanging out with these people? It becomes life-changing, and then it becomes life-giving because you're able to take that and pour it into others.
You talk about this a lot, and I know, Tay, you guys like numbers and graphs and everything, and we have talked about this. I will love you. You can rate yourself a 1 to 10. And this is a great thing to do personally, and I do this all the time too, is, you know, I'm always going to love you at a 10. But where are you at in your leadership? Where are you at in your business? Are you a 2 or 3? Are you a belonger? Or are you, you know, maybe that 7, 8? I'm going to lead you whatever number that you think you are. And that was a huge, when I heard that, like, I'm not always, maybe I am a numbers person, but when I heard that, I will rate myself throughout the year. I'm never going to be a 10 because I always want to be learning and growing, and I know that I can do better. But hearing that just reminded me of, you're going to find that separators are going to really push through that season.
And then throughout the year, create separation moments, and throughout your weeks and days, create separation windows. Separation window could be Friday afternoons, because Friday afternoons is when people stop working. I mean, they've done countless studies on it, and they've basically come to the conclusion nobody works on Friday afternoon. And then again, he said entrepreneurs work on Saturday. On a Zoom we did last night, I said, your 9 to 5 is where you earn a living. Your 6 to 8 is where you create wealth. What is your wealth plan? Mm-hmm. You are going to your job to create a living, to make money for your household. But what are you doing after that to create wealth for your family? You know, because life is a game of inches. It's not just big jumps. It's inches. If you look at almost, I think they said 100% of all Olympic timed events, they always come within minutes of each other, or milliseconds, depending on the race. But even like the long marathon races, there's no extreme blowout. It's a matter of small margin. Stay longer, do more, smile and say hi to strangers. Pray peace be with you over people that you've never met when you walk by them. Make a few extra calls, a few extra texts. What are you doing right now? Not what are you thinking or saying? Mm-hmm. What are you going to do? Because less than 1% of the people listening to this will take action. That's a mind-blowing statistic. So the thousands of people that are listening to this, only 1% will even do one of the things on here. And if you do one of the things on here that we're talking about, you will have separated yourselves from the masses. Honor difficult times by coming through the other side a better person. See, God doesn't waste anything. It's you who wastes the opportunity.
Mhm.
You know, when calamity happens, when bad things happen, when tragedy strikes, he gives you the opportunity to come out the other side a better person. But it's up to you to make the decision to do that. Massive change equals a simple 1% change over time. And compounded by the end of the year, you could be in a completely different place in 2021 than you were in 2020. Guys, go out, make it an amazing separating day. Look for those separating moments, separating week, separate yourself so that you can have amazing results this year. We'll see you again next time.